It was bad. No.
I like how you had to like rub your hands to be like, bring in the friction.
Should leave that in one of them.
No, the world does not need to know how terrible of a flapper you are.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
I need to get one of those clapboards.
You'd have way too much fun with that.
Someone can get me one for Christmas. Today we're going to talk about how can you stop people from cancelling on you last minute in business. So this is a cool topic. I mean, I've talked about this a lot before, and yes, it used to be an issue for me as well, until once again I changed the thinking patterns, which also result in changing your actions and what you do. This question came from Kim Jackson, and she asked, how can I stop people cancelling on me last minute? I know sometimes things just pop up, but I've had both my appointments tonight cancel within 2 hours of their appointment time. I'm a home salon and I haven't been around long, so I only have a small amount of regulars. And we had some really great comments on this, which I want to share. The first thing that I will share though is, for me, when anybody says this, I'm like, the only thing that you can do that's going to stop people from cancelling is get deposits or get a booking fee, specifically a non-refundable one. So people agree to that when they make an appointment with you, that this amount of money is non-refundable because it's our booking fee or it's a deposit. You can move your appointment within 48 hours or 24 hours or whatever you want to set if they need to, if they give you enough notice. But if it's cancelled within 24 hours or 48 hours, then the fee is non-refundable. And because people are then committed to that, they will show up. If you don't ask for any kind of deposit or booking fee, then it's easy for people to just cancel. When people don't charge me any kind of fee and I'm just like, oh, well, I need to cancel that. Whereas if I've paid in advance, then I'm going to show up and I'm not going to take on anything else around that, right? I'm committed to it. So the other thing that you can do with this, that's the physical side. The non-physical side, or the spiritual side, or the law of attraction type side, is to stop focusing on it and start visualizing that all of your clients will show up. If you are concerned or worried about charging deposits or asking for a booking fee, the way to get around that, like, you will have negative responses or reactions from it if you expect them, if you think about them. However, if you visualize and affirm to yourself that my clients happily pay my deposit or booking fee because they're so excited to come in and they want to secure their spot because it means that it's a good thing for them and for me, and of course they're going to show up because they're so excited to come to me, then that's what you are going to expect and experience as well. I believe that it's very important to have both. Yes, you can do the physical thing, but it also comes down to how you think about it as to how the experience will go. Same thing applies with raising your prices. If people expect or fear that people are going to have a negative response to it, then that's exactly what's going to happen. Whereas if you expect and visualize and think thoughts that people are going to be totally happy to pay you, then they will be. Everything starts in here. So some of the comments that we had on this post in the Coffee with Carissa group as well, charge a cancellation fee as well, which is another way of doing it. So in this case, you don't ask for a deposit or a booking fee, but you say if you cancel last minute or within 24 hours, you have to pay this. However, sometimes people don't like doing that and it can be a bit yucky, so I'd rather get payment up front. Nikki said take a non-refundable deposit. Cassie says on my business card it says please give 24 hours notice if cancelling. I always put that there may be a 50% deposit required for some services. So it does depend too, and then people ask like, well, how much should you charge for a deposit? And for me, I've always liked to charge at minimum the hourly amount that it would cost me to cover expenses and wages and things if that client didn't show up. So if it was like a shorter appointment, like a 15-minute appointment for example, and it was a $25 spray tan, I might take a $5 or $10 deposit for that to cover the time, or 50%. If it was hair extensions, we actually got like a $50 or $100 deposit because of the time that it would take to cover if they didn't show up. Emma James actually had a great point too, where she said deposits are legally refundable. You have to frame it as taking a booking fee instead. That's why I mentioned deposit versus booking fee. I didn't actually know that beforehand. I've always taken deposits, never really had anyone ask for their money back or to change it either. Like, people just accept that, you know, that's what it is and they pay it because I expect them to. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting point to share. You can frame it as a booking fee rather than a deposit if that feels best to you, or research that if you're not sure. And Sue Ward shared her experience with implementing deposit. She said, I finally put a deposit system into action. I put off doing it for so long despite all of the advice that I'd been given, but this week after too many no-shows, the penny finally dropped. So now I charge a 50% deposit or no booking. I've actually received many encouraging messages from all of my regulars saying well done, and they're happy about it. So those are some really interesting ways of looking at it, different ways of looking at it. You're never going to be able to prevent people cancelling or not showing up because that will just happen, but you can protect your loss of finances by having that non-refundable deposit or booking fee in place. And if you don't do that, you're just going to continue experiencing it. You have to make a change in order to experience change. Let me know what you think. Have you implemented a deposit? How did it go? Are you still thinking about it? Are you afraid of it? What's going on for you in regards to taking deposits or booking fees? If that applies to your business model, of course, comment and let me know.